All right, today we are diving into an open source tool that's been making some serious waves in the DevOps world. It's called xyOps. It's billed as an all-in-one platform for automation and monitoring, and, we're going to dig in and see if it actually lives up to all that hype.
So, let's kick things off with a feeling I bet a lot of us know way too well. You've got one tool for your cron jobs, right? Another one just for monitoring server health, and then a completely separate system for your alerts and ticketing. They don't talk to each other, so tracing one little issue from start to finish feels like you're a detective in some complicated mystery novel.
Well, that exact chaos is what xyOps is built to fix. At its core, it's a system that takes all those different pieces, scheduling, automation, monitoring, alerts, even incident response, and brings them together into one single cohesive platform. The whole goal is to give developers and operations teams back complete and unified control over their entire stack.
So what really sets xyOps apart? I mean, it's not just about cramming a bunch of features into one application. It's all about this core idea they call the integrated feedback loop. And honestly, this is where things get really, really interesting.
And here is the fundamental difference. You see, most platforms, they're pretty good at their one job, running tasks, but they often act like a total black box. When something goes wrong, you get almost zero context. xyOps is built on a totally different philosophy. It's all about creating connections, forging this unbreakable chain that links every single job directly to its monitoring data, its alerts, to server snapshots, and even to the tickets that get created.
Okay, let's make this real, because this is where that feedback loop truly shines. Let's just imagine a scenario. It's late at night, something breaks on a production server, and an alert fires.
Instantly, the alert you get isn't just some vague, hey, CPU is at 95%. No way. The email from xyOps straight up lists the specific jobs that were running on that server at that exact moment. I mean, right there you have critical context without even having to SSH in and start digging around.
And it gets so much better. From that same alert, you're just one single click away from a complete server snapshot. And we're not just talking about some simple log file. This is a super detailed point-in-time picture of every single process, the CPU load, memory usage, and all the active network connections at the precise second that alert was triggered. And this is where the loop closes. If a job actually fails, you can set up xyOps to automatically open an incident ticket right in your system. But that ticket's not empty. Oh no, it's pre-filled with all the context you could ever want. The important logs, the job's run history, and direct links right back to the performance metrics. The whole investigation is practically handed to you on a silver platter.
This quote from their documentation just says it all perfectly. Everything in xyOps talks to everything else, so you can trace an issue from detection to resolution without ever leaving the system. That right there, that's the game changer. No more jumping between 5 different browser tabs trying to piece the story together.
Okay, so that's the philosophy, the big idea. But what are the actual features that make this all happen? Let's pop the hood for a second and take a quick look at what xyOps is packing.
And the feature list is seriously impressive. We're talking a scheduler that's so powerful it leaves old-school cron jobs in the dust. You've got a visual workflow editor, so you can build these complex pipelines without drowning in YAML files. You can monitor pretty much anything. On top of that, you get smart, customizable alerts, an architecture that's built to scale out to thousands of servers, and a really developer-friendly design. It's the whole shebang. And as we're about to see, the setup is incredibly simple.
And speaking of simple, let's talk about how you can actually get your hands on this. You can self-host your very own instance of xyOps, and you can get it up and running in just a few minutes.
I'm not kidding. It really doesn't get any easier than this. If you want to try xyOps on your own machine, it's literally a one-liner Docker command. You just copy it from their GitHub page, paste it into your terminal, hit enter, and that's it. Your own xyOps instance is running. Then you just pop open a browser and go to localhost on port 5522.
And once you're there, here are the keys to the kingdom. The default login couldn't be simpler. The username is admin, and the password is also admin. That's it, you're in. You can start creating jobs, setting up monitors, and exploring everything we've just talked about right away.
Now, before we wrap this up, there's one more thing I really want to touch on, and it's super important. It's the philosophy behind the project itself. It's all built on a foundation of trust, with this really strong public commitment to the open source community.
So the project uses the BSD 3-clause license, which is one of the most permissive and business-friendly licenses you can find. What that means for you is that you get maximum freedom to use it, to change it, and to distribute the software without a bunch of complicated strings attached.
And on top of that, their whole governance model is built around these principles of openness, reliability, and just being fair to their users.
And they really back this up with a powerful statement, something they call their longevity pledge. xyOps will always be open licensed and always OSI approved. No rug pulls. I mean, in a world where some open source projects can just suddenly change their license on you, that is a huge promise to the community and a massive confidence booster for anyone thinking about using it.
So, if we boil it all down, the crucial point is this. xyOps isn't trying to be just another tool in your already overflowing toolbox. It's a truly integrated system, one that's been thoughtfully designed from the ground up to give you complete control and, maybe most importantly, clarity over your entire workflow.
And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. When you look at your current workflows, at that collection of tools you're using every single day, are you ready to stop all the juggling and finally start integrating?
If the answer is yes, or even a maybe, I really recommend you go explore the project on GitHub. And hey, if you know a developer or an ops engineer who is just drowning in disconnected tools, do them a favor and share this explainer with them. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into amazing tools just like this one. Thanks so much for tuning in.